You know why I'm here. Ain't gonna be no peace.
This is our chance to take that white boy out for good. Tommy gonna be coming for your ass like a Terminator. We need to be able to take him out.
Oh, he'll be taken out. We gotta put the living before the dead. This is it. We're looking at an all-out war. The $1 million question is, what side you wanna be on?
What's up, ugly ass niggas? This your boy J Miles. Now I'm back with another video. And you know what to do. If you're new, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, leave a like, comment, let me know what you're thinking, but most importantly, make sure you share with your ugly ass friends. On today's video, as you can see, this is the episode 9. This is another Power Book for Force video, and this is episode 9, final predictions. I'm kind of getting it out late, but hey, at least I'm getting it right, ugly ass niggas. But pretty much in this particular video, I'll be going over all the events that I'm predicting to take place in episode 9. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into it. Now, of course, I suspect them to start it off with the aftermath of the death of JP. Of course, you know, we're going to be getting the family's reactions to it. Tommy's, of course, going to be going on a rampage. And eventually, of course, he will have to inform the rest of the family, D-Mac. Of course, Kate, we know that she's going to make her way back from New York. She's going to probably be obviously devastated and, you know, hurt by the death of another son. Yes, that's because I'm including Ghost, glad, even though she ain't, well, Ghost ain't dead, so actually she ain't that hurt about it. But anyways, though, one thing that we know to be due to suspect is we know that Tommy will be pulling up on Smurf and whoever this glad nigga is right here. And what's going to be happening here is he's going to flip them. That's why you can hear in the trailer of him saying the $1 million question is which side you want to be on. So basically throughout this episode, it's going to be an all-out war, right? And people are going to be having to pick sides. Like, that's why, you know, the line where we heard Jannard saying, you motherfuckers need to pick a side and pick it right the fuck now. He's going to be speaking to the rest of the CBI members and coalition members, I would suspect, because, you know, they have to clearly pick a side. And speaking of picking a side, we know Iglas Jannard is going to be putting a lot of pressure on Marshall, because now Marshall is in the middle of this mess because he's a CBI member. And keep in mind, D-Mac did make an offer to him to come and work with him and Tommy, and he declined it because, and you ask me, I don't really blame him for declining it because he doesn't really know Tommy that well. He knows what things was like before Tommy came, because let's be real, did they start making more money and stuff like that? Yes, but probably a lot more chaos also took place. So that's why he made the decision that he made. Because we can't say that he hasn't been down for D-Mac. He absolutely have. So, but anyways, we know that Iglas Jannard is going to be putting a lot of pressure on him. He's going to be trying to get him to take out D-Mac. And I believe actually this probably might take place after I don't know. It might happen. What I've been trying to figure out is this going to take place before this event happen? Not exactly sure, because we know that, you know, D-Mac is going to be mad, and Tommy, of course, is going to be absolutely furious about the death of JP. So they're going to come and they're going to hit them hard, right? But I suspect, no, you know, just regular people will get killed, but none of the big dogs will get taken out after this, you know, this mass shootout here. And then that's possibly the reason why Iglas Jannard here is trying to move, you know, figure out another angle to get the job done by using someone that they might trust. But who knows? It could go out of order. I mean, that really doesn't matter. But ultimately, what I will tell you guys is that just like always, Marshall's not going to go through with it. Marshall's going to decide to not do it and take out, try to help out his brother. But unfortunately for Marshall, since for Marshall, since he can't do it, and he might even try to make a move behind Jannard's back, that could lead to him. And we know Diamond was in the cut watching, you know what I'm saying? So with Diamond in the cut watching, I suspect two different things could take place. It's either one, he's in the background peeping that Jannard ugly as hell and how easily he's able to manipulate and try to get brothers to take out another brother. Because you remember Shanti told him last episode that he was plotting to take him out. So that's got to be in the back of Diamond's head. Keep that in mind. So that could be one angle, or it could be the fact that he's peeping that Marshall's not going to be able to do it, to keep an eye on him and be prepared for a potential betrayal. And honestly, I kind of want to lean towards that angle of it. But anyways, though, like I said, I believe eventually after Marshall makes his move to try and help D-Mac, he's going to end up getting his ass taken out. And that's when you're going to see Jannard is going to just keep getting worse and worse. Like, this is the thing with him. He ugly as hell, y'all. He's going to keep getting worse and worse. He's going to take out more bodies, harm more people that us as the fan would care about. And I think that's possibly why we see the Bones and the rest of the crew pouring out some liquor for the dead homie. The dead homie probably is Marshall, people, because he's going to be ugly as hell and do something to them. Also, we know for sure that the RDs is going to be on alert, looking for whoever it was that's responsible for the death of King Ugly as Hell. So we know that they're gonna pull up on the CBI members, and they're also going to be pulling up on Tommy. So that also is something to look out for. But also, I want to go, because I don't want this video to be too long, but we know they're going to have the funeral, right? We know they're going to have the funeral. And at the funeral, I suspect the insane princess is going to be the people that's guarding the funeral, because obviously they're not going to just show up and not think. Not going to just show up and not think that the last Samson brothers are going to try to hit them. They absolutely are. But if you pay attention, this is what also I think should be taken into consideration here. We see Jannard in this hell here, right? But we don't see a sight of Diamond, right? So I'm starting to think that a lot of these moves that's going to be taking place in episode 9 is going to be Jannard, making solo moves. And he's going to be constantly fucking up. That's kind of the reason why we get Diamond here telling him, Tommy's going to be coming at you like the fucking Terminator. Which is the goddamn truth. And also, remember I said the RDs is going to be pulling up on Tommy. I believe in this scenario, Tommy is going to be able to flip the RDs. So the RDs is going to absolutely be on Tommy's side. Just wanted to put that out there. But keep in mind, like I said, when I was talking about them pouring out some liquor for the dead homie, is this Marshall's face here, people? Cause hold on, I'm starting to see something. I might in mid video, ugly ass niggas, I might be figuring out that I'm wrong. Hold on, I ain't got no problem with accepting that I'm wrong. But let me see. Hold on, ugly ass niggas. Is that Marshall here? That might be Marshall right there. So they might not be who they pouring it out for. Y'all let me know in the comments. Say, is that Marshall? Yeah, it might be. So it might not be who they pouring it out for. But either way, ass niggas, my point is I think whoever this is, Marshall, that ugly ass Jannard is going to be responsible for it. Or maybe Tommy's responsible for it. Who knows? But in my opinion, bro, absolutely, we know Smurf is going to be he's gonna go to Tommy's side. I don't give a damn. Nobody say you can take that to the bank. He's gonna go with Tommy. He's gonna remember what Diamond and Jannard did, and he's gonna absolutely be with Tommy, right? And you know what this sighting reminds me of? It reminds me of when back in OG Power, when 2-Bit and Spanky first was flipping on Dre. You remember that? That's what's going on here. Remember they was in there when they was first. Kanan told them the plan about what they're gonna do so that they can go and eat with Kanan, and they was basically betraying Dre. And 2-Bit was like, Dre done made a bunch of enemies and stuff like that. So that's what's going on here, because I believe Jannard is going to take out somebody that's close to them, and they're going to be like, they can't fuck with that shit no more. So that's what I believe is going to happen here. And when that does happen, like I said, he's going to try to attack. Jannard absolutely is going to try to attack the Fennel. And he might just get a casualty here. Big ass niggas believe that. I know a lot of people got Genesis on high on the death prediction list when it comes to that, and I can't. I think that is a good pick. I just want to try to give her a chance to make it, but absolutely that could happen. But I think after this incident, they're gonna recuperate, and then they're gonna we're gonna see a scenario where we're gonna see a scenario where we're gonna see a scenario where Tommy's gonna be able to get the drop on them, because Bones, Smurf, and whoever is gonna be on the inside, maybe even some of Shanti's people. And speaking of Shanti, I'm not gonna spend too much energy on her, but one thing we know for sure that she's gonna be doing, she's gonna be running her own angle. She might be temporarily assisting with the war and stuff like that, but we all know that the end game for Shanti is she's trying to get next to Che. And absolutely, once she's able to activate that, she's gonna betray Tommy, because that's just her angle. She ugly as hell, y'all. Come on, let's be real. And of course, I think Tommy is gonna be spending so much energy on revenge, people. This is when it's gonna start getting dark. They're gonna spend so much on revenge that he's gonna be blinded by it. That's why you see Miguel here saying we need to be focused on the living. But Tommy's not gonna be trying to hear it, because he's gonna be mad about, the death of JP, and he's trying his best to avenge him. And that's when you might potentially see this meeting between Diamond and Tommy. And we see Diamond asking Tommy, how did we get here? And Tommy basically telling the truth, like, look, you're a glad brother. And basically, if you give him up, it's a fair trade. JP was my brother, he's your brother. And then we can go back to business like we used to. But, Diamond was saying he's not going to do it. But I believe afterwards, like I said, keep in mind, I'm not sure the timeline of when Marshall would be taking out people, but I think UglyAzzNiggaHTV is going to do something to get Marshall harmed to people. I think that's absolutely going to happen. I mean, R.I.P. to your boy Marshall, but yeah, Jannard is hell. And after that, people, like I say, it's going to be all out war going on. And after that, I believe D-Mac is going to go crazy. You know what I'm saying? And then I think potentially we could see a point where Tommy's people are winning the war, right? Everything that's going to be taking place and stuff like that, Tommy's going to be winning the war. And we're going to see a bunch of shootout. Expect a very explosive episode, people. But anyways, with all of that going on, they're going to be up ahead so much that the brothers are going to have to make a play to get close to Ortega and get him on their side. And I believe Ortega puts them in the advantage standpoint. Because I believe, me personally, I don't know about y'all, y'all can let me know in the comment section, but I think Ortega is stronger than Che. I believe he has a stronger cartel than he does. Like, that's the reason why Che was like, you know, he didn't want to go to war, put themselves in a position of war where they can't win. So that's kind of your proof there, that him letting you know Ortega is stronger than him. So they're going to have to, and once this happened, that's going to put the Samson brothers in position to be winning the war. And I can see after the death of Marshall, D-Mac is going to get a little too reckless, people. And I believe he's going to get his little ass taxed. Yes, that's right, exactly. And I think potentially D-Mac could get killed or taken out by the hands of none other than UglyAzzNiggaHTV. I think UglyAzzNiggaHTV is going to be going in here, people. So we got to be on the lookout for that little UglyAss nigga. Get ready to hate him more than you hate him now. And also, somebody is getting kidnapped here, people. Let me know in the comment section, who do y'all suspect that's being kidnapped right here? It might be, who knows, this could be D-Mac getting kidnapped. And maybe that's the reason why they got to do something to help get them back or whatever. But anyways, though, I want to get to where, you see here, Kate is telling Tommy to make them suffer, right? Now, we could easily say, oh, she's saying this because of JP, which she could. And I'm saying that she isn't, But also, I think this here is when the reaction to JP or something like that. Well, I mean, it could be both all in real time. But who knows? It could be after the death of D-Mac, people. It could be. I'm just saying. Let's say, they kidnapped him or something. I think something bad might happen to D-Mac. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong, ugly ass niggas. But yeah, something happens to him and shit start to get real bad. Because if you've seen that description for episode 10, people, basically how they're talking for episode 10 is that shit, it's almost as if they're saying that there is nothing left, Let me give us a better look at it. 1 second. And then I'm not doing no edits on this and that last nigga, so it is what it is. As you can see, he said the mountain pressure for retaliation looms. That's a disastrous moves and shocking secrets shake the streets. So basically, it seemed like to me that nothing is left, people. Like, it has been total chaos, retaliation. So that means somebody else is looking to retaliate. What could have happened that's so destructive that they're looking to retaliate? And I believe another very high profile character has fallen, and it's somebody dear to someone that they're looking to retaliate. Now, it could be maybe one of the brothers are dead and the other brother's looking to retaliate. And if that's the case, honestly, I'm going to say that Diamond is dead and Jannard is retaliating. But I don't think that's what it is, because in my opinion, I think eventually Diamond here is going to serve up. I think he's going to serve up Jannard, because he's going to see that their mind is this hell and it ain't no change in that. And he might just take heed to what he's saying and do it, and boom, try to serve him up, and it gets ugly, But I think either way, I think Tommy's gonna backstab him and still kill him, even so. But either way, expect a very explosive episode. Expect secrets to be revealed, and expect some betrayals. That's absolutely about to take place in this final, well, not final, but they said it's going to serve as a false finale, right? So, be on the lookout for that. But pretty much that's all I got for y'all as far as this particular video. I got a few deaths. I got Marshall, Diamond. I want to say Jannard, but Jannard could make it. Like I said, if Jannard does, I think Diamond's going to serve him up. But either way, I think Diamond's dying or going to prison. He's not getting a happy ending. He's like to make it past this episode. And I think I will go as far as saying D-Mac might die tonight, people. Also, yeah, I want to put out there again before I leave out here. Sorry about that. But I actually think we got to address Bobby too. I think Bobby will come into the picture here and try to take down Tommy. Maybe whether it's a mass shootout or building a case, that's who he could be shooting at here. Who knows? It might be the brothers. But I just want to put it out there that I forgot Bobby should be also rampaging because he hasn't forgotten about his dead wife, right? So we got to put that out there. I didn't address that. But anyways, though, yeah. I got the Samson brothers, D-Mac, Marshall, possibly Shanti too, because I think Shanti's gonna try to betray him, possibly, and fail at it, maybe, and get her ass dropped. But I don't know. I'm just ready for it. But anyways, y'all definitely let me know what y'all thinking up in these comment sections. But like usual, if you're cool with me, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, leave a like, comment. Let me know what you're thinking, but most importantly, make sure you share with your glad friends. Until the next video, I'm out.